good morning, good morning. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I am Bernadette Hicks-Kelly, and I am excited to be on here today sharing with you on Facebook Live and on some of the other platforms, I believe Instagram as well as YouTube. So I'm excited about being on here on today to share with you. So, a couple of days ago, I had a meeting with my business group, and this meeting was surrounded around a quote from Lucy Hale. And Lucy Hale quote is, "Life is about becoming a better version of yourself." And so that's what we were focusing on, is becoming a better version of yourself. Our main focus cover, because we were doing a business meeting or a business group meeting. So our main focus was on rewriting the vision and creating a mission statement and all of these things. And so, and I threw in there while having a conversation with them about creating your vision, creating your mission statement, you also need to focus on being a better version of yourself. And so we had a wonderful conversation, a wonderful lunch, and I thought this would be a great time to share some of the things that we covered during that lunch. I'm still getting calls saying, the lunch was great and they appreciate it and they learned some things and what we're doing to become a better you or better yourself. And I myself am becoming a better myself. And so I hope that this encourages you to become a better yourself. Okay. And I jotted down a few questions so I could kind of cover the questions that I covered with them as well. So um, one of the things I talked to him about is when I started my billing business, we had a slogan, and the slogan said, "We do more than change the way you do billing. We change the way you do business." And we came up with that slogan because though our providers, I did behavior health, billing, and authorizations and coding and all of those things, and I still do a little bit of that as well. But how we came up with that slogan is because our clients did not know how to do business. They knew how to serve their patients and serve them well. They were amazing at being physicians, and they were amazing at being counselors. They were amazing at all these things, but they were not amazing at doing business. So it's like, okay, yes, we can do your billing all day long, but we also need to help you understand how to do business. Some didn't have LLCs, some didn't have EIN numbers, some didn't have tax ID numbers, some didn't have Sam's number, some didn't know what Dun and Bradstreet meant. And so we were like, let's come together and teach you that portion as well. So that's where the slogan came. We do more than change how you do billing. We change how you do business, and that became a part of my lifestyle as well. My life is like a business for me. Your life is like your business. Your life is your business. That's what I tell people. Your life is your business. My life is my business, and we need to take care of our business. A couple of years ago, a friend of mine did a workshop and said, mind your own business. And your own business is you. Mind your household, mind your physical business, mind your health. Your health is your business. Your mental status is your business. And so get in the habit of minding your own business. And that's what we're talking about, that your life is your business. But today we're going to be covering becoming becoming a better you in all different ways. So I wanted to share the first question. So the first question I asked them was, when is it time to become a better you? So sometimes we need to know, when is it time to become a better me? How do I know when it's time to become a better me? So some of the things that I shared was, I'm just going to give you a couple of bullet points of when do you know it's time for change? And that's all a better me is changing. And what it is changing your mind. You got to change your mindset in order to be better at anything. You got to change how you think about it. You got to change how you process it. So the question was, when is it time to become a better you or to become a better me? when you're no longer happy with the results that you see every day. So when you're getting up every day or at the end of your day, you sit down and you're just like, today was just not a good day. I don't know what I accomplished. I don't even know why I really got up today. So you guys are going to hear some noises come from outside. I am sitting here in my recording studio. My recording studio is set up in my garage, so I got the garage open. And it's just a beautiful day. The weather is a little cool, as you see. I got the small jacket on, but just a wonderful day. So you're going to hear the cars passing by, and hopefully my neighbors don't come by and wave at me. So if you hear me speaking, you know why, because my neighbors are, I'm probably trying to figure out what am I doing here in this garage. But let's go back to when it's time to become a better you. It is time to become a better you when you see that you're no longer happy with who you are, what you're doing, the results at the end of the day. You don't feel fulfilled, like something is missing. You know that there's something missing. I'm not feeling full. I'm not feeling satisfied. That there is something missing. Bullet number 2, for example. You may not like doing the same thing every day. So you're tired of getting up at the same time. You're tired of going to the same job that you've been going to for the last 2 years, and you want to change that. You've been going to the same, you do the same thing. You get up and you go to the gym. You go to the same gym. You use the exact same equipment. You see the exact same people. And you're just like, you know what, I need to do something different. In order to better your life, you're going to have to maybe go to the gym at a different time instead of going at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning. How about why don't we flip that and start going to the gym in the afternoon? Or maybe you can now go to the gym at lunchtime or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Or changing our mind or becoming better is just like, or knowing when it's time to change. It's just like if you are a person that you plant flowers and you plant any type of crops, a garden, or gardening outside, or you're planting something, and all of a sudden you realize, okay, I'm doing all of this planting, all the the early spring, I'm putting things out, and when I get out there, they said 30 days, 45, 60 days, 120 days, something should be growing. But when you go out there and there's absolutely nothing growing, nothing is producing, but you're planting. That's how life is. If you're still planning a bunch of stuff, but when you go out there, you're not seeing anything produced. You're not seeing better relationships. You're not seeing good relationships. You're trying to grow a business, but you're not seeing your business grow. You're trying to grow in ministry, but your ministry is not growing. This is how you know it's time to become a better you. And when I say a better you, maybe it's not necessarily that you're doing something horrible or anything, or that you're not a good person. Maybe it's what I'm talking about is I got to educate myself. I got to maybe go back to school. I got to get it with a different group because what I'm doing is not producing, is no longer producing. So I'm planting, I'm sowing, but I'm not reaping anything. So that's what we're talking about when you're no longer reaping. So this is how you know it's time to become a better you. And my second question was, why should you want to become a better you? Why do you want to become a better you? You should want to become a better you because, there's more inside of you. I remember working working on this project. And on this project, how you put up your profile, and once you put up your profile, sometimes you can just put up your name, you can just put up a letter, and some people put up pictures, and they have, avatars, they have all different type of things. And so the project manager at the time was asking us, hey, put up a picture, put up something else. And with my day being just crazy, I just had my B. So I just had B for Bernadette. That's all I had up there. And I kept saying, hey, I'm going to put a picture up, I'm going to put a picture. And I had put it off forever. And we were having a meeting. And in this meeting, one of the younger men, and young people just say whatever they feel, right? So this young man, he said, and they asked me, he said, Bernadette, are you going to put up a picture? I was like, oh, man. I said, yes, I'm going to put my picture up today. He was like, Bernadette, you better than a B. You're better than a B. And so, and that became my thing. So when I'm talking to people, I was like, you're better than a B. So if you have one book and you've just written one book, you're better than that. You can produce more than one book. There's more than one book inside of you. If you've been a producer of a movie, you can produce more than one movie. There's more than one movie. Maybe you've written a movie script. and you need to write another one and two or three more, because you're better than just one. You're better than just a certain level of ministry. Maybe you came into entry level ministry and you've been at that same point, that same place of this for 10 years, 15 years. You just been in entry ministry level, but you're better than that. You're better than that. It's time to go to another level. Maybe you've been the producer of one business, and God is trying to tell you there's multiple businesses inside of you. You should have multiple streams of income. So what I'm trying to tell you is, why should you become a better you? Because there's things inside of you that need to come out, but it's going to require that you become a better person, that you become better at what you're doing. You become a better how you think. You got to become better at how you process stuff. And again, in order to become better, you're going to have to change your mind. So maybe you've had a great idea, but you can produce more than one great idea. You need to become better so that all your great ideas can work. All your great ideas can come out. You can put those in place, all of those great ideas. Maybe you've had one great business relationship where you connected with one person and opened up so many doors, but now it's time to connect with another great business person that can open up so many more doors. But you're going to have to do something different. If you've been going to the same golf and club and playing at the same golf club and playing with the same people, and now you're not getting any more business, you're not growing any more business, there's no more introduction, it's time to make a change. Maybe now it's time to go to the basketball court. Maybe it's time to go to the baseball court. I don't know, a baseball field, and go out there and meet some more people and do something different. If you've been going to the same meetup group and you haven't met anyone, now it's time to go to a different meetup group. I know there's a lot of business meetup groups, there's single meetup groups, there's running clubs and all of these things. So maybe you've been working with a trainer and you're not seeing your weight loss. It's time to do something different. It's time to work with someone else. It's time to go out and meet someone else. So that's why you need to become a better you, because you're stagnated. You stop growing. You stop producing. Again, we talked about, you've put the seeds, you've planted, you've watered, you've done all these things, and now you have no product. So if you don't see a product, it's time to do something different. You better than putting on one conference a year and one workshop a year. You can do more than one workshop a year. You can do more than one conference a year. So that's why you need to become better. Better is going to help you get organized. Maybe you need to become better at getting organized. Maybe you need to get better at designating things to other people to do, so that you can produce more than one conference. You can produce more than one workshop. You can produce more than one show. You can do so many more things the better you become. One of the third questions I asked him is, how long does it take to become better? How long does it take? How long do you think it's going to take you to become better? So I'm going to give you the answer to that question. Forever. It's forever. There is no end date. It's going to take you forever, because just when you master one thing, you're going to need to work on something else. And when you master that something else, you're going to need to work on something. And as we see, life is always changing. Technology is changing. So we got to work on something else. So you're going to always be working on you. You're going to be working on your health. You're going to be working on how you feel about things. You're going to be working on your mindset. You're going to be working on your goals. You're going to be working on your dreams. Like I told you, my group and I came back together and working with this business group. We had to come back and say, okay, this was your vision 2 years ago or 20 years ago. Let's revise the vision. Is the vision still the same? What's your mission? Are you really working your mission? Or are you just getting up doing something every day? Have we deviated from the mission? Have we deviated from the vision? I know I've worked with several hospitals, and I was working with this hospital late last year. And one of the things that they were doing was they were rewriting the vision, and they was rewriting the mission. They said, we've gotten so far from the mission and we've gotten so far from the vision that they were rewriting the mission and they were rewriting the vision. And that's what we have to do. Sometimes we have to stop and say, okay, am I still within my vision? Am I still working within my mission? Or have my mission changed? Have my vision changed? Maybe you start off, when we talk about church, starting off as small missions. So maybe you were in the storefront, but now you're in a building and you're still operating like you were in the storefront. So you have to do something different. If you're no longer a storefront ministry and you're actually in a physical building, you can no longer operate like a storefront. So you've got to stop calling yourself a mission. So if you've removed the name mission, then don't operate like a mission. Operate like a church. If you're saying we're a church now, we're no longer a mission, then you got to operate like you're saying who you are. So that's an ongoing thing that's getting better and better every year. Maybe you used to handwrite people their taxes when you said, well, you paid this much this year. Well, now it's time to get that computerized. Put that on the computer. Hire someone in your church to be your administrator and get all that computerized and digitized that you can hand that to someone in a better format, in a better invoice, in a better platform. So work on those things. My fourth question was, how do you become better? We can tell you all day you need to be better and you can work on yourself, but how do you become better? So, my first thing that I'm going to tell you is I'm going to read this scripture to you, which has helped me a lot. It's Proverbs 14 and 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And the reason I read that, because you can have been doing something right and have been doing something so good, or you've been following what the crowd has been doing, but now it's dead. Okay, that process and that way is dead. So it's no longer working. So again, it seemeth like the right thing to do. And it was the right thing to do 20 years ago. And it was the right thing to do 2 years ago. And it was the right thing to do 5 years ago. And it was the right thing to do before the pandemic. But now since then, it's dead now. It's dead. And what you're doing is dead. It's not working. So when it's no longer working, it's dead. So write that scripture down, Proverbs 14 and 12, and I'll post it in here as well. Read that, read that, read that. And when it says, there is a way that seemeth right, but the end thereof are the ways of death. If you keep going this way, it's going to die. You're going to murder your own business. So maybe your business is just trying to struggle and it's trying to hang in there. Your ministry is struggling, it's trying to hang in there. Your creativity is struggling, it's trying to hang in there. But you won't change. You got to change. You got to change your mind. You got to do something different so that your goals and your vision does not die. And that's what I want to talk about, is let it go. The things that's not working, let it go. Maybe you started a nonprofit and it's not working anymore. Let it go. Revamp, start over, do something different. Maybe you've lost your love for it. So know those things. The biggest thing is how to become better. How do you become better? Is you got to desire to be better. So when I started this journey of becoming better, I wanted to be better. I desired to be better, not for someone else. For me, you need to want to be better for you. Don't start this journey of becoming better because someone said, hey, you need to be better, or your business could be better, or you could do better. You got to make up your mind that you want your business to be better. Don't change your colors to pink because someone said, well, most ladies' products are pink. Or don't change it to purple because we know what everybody that's dealing with royalty, they change it to purple or blue. Don't change your colors. Keep your colors the colors that you want your colors to be. Do it for you. Don't do it for someone else. Now, if someone is giving you some advice that you asked for, or giving you some, or consulting or working with you, then that's a different story. I'm just talking about the average Joe that have something to say about what you're doing. So that's when I say, consider the source. When you're about to change products and make those changes, consider the source. Today we're talking about becoming a better you. In order to become a better you got to have a desire that I want to be better. I want to be better than, maybe if for me, I want to be better than being 20 pounds overweight. I want to be better than being 50 pounds overweight. I want to be better than being 100 pounds overweight. I want to be better than this. I can be better than this. As the young man said, you better than a bee. You better than just a bee. He said, I at least needed my picture up there. So soon I put my profile picture up there. And so that's what I'm saying to you today. You're better than just average. You can be way more than average. You're better than less than average. You're way better than less than average. You should be above average. You should be at the top of the line. That's where you are. That's who you are. The fourth thing I'm going to tell you about how to become a better you. Know when you have lost your love, when you've lost your passion for your current role or your current position. Know when you've lost that role. You've lost that love for it. Maybe you're the CEO. When you started this business 30 years ago, you were happy, you loved it, you love being in charge, you love running, you love going to the office every day, but maybe you've lost that love. And now it's time to be the founder, but not necessarily be the person that's doing everything. Now you got to know when you've lost your love for it and lost your passion. That doesn't mean you don't want your business. You just don't need to be the person that run the day to day. So know when it's time to hand the CEO role over to someone else. Know when it's time to hand the CFO role over to someone else. Know when it's time to hand the manager's role over to someone else. I remember I went through a phase where people were asking me, to come in and do different contracts. And they was like, well, do you want to manage? I was like, no, I do not want to manage anyone. I don't want anyone asking me questions. I don't want to be responsible for anyone, because I knew I had no love for that role anymore. I had no love to be the manager. I had no love to be the supervisor anymore. And that's still not my love. I'm not trying to be the supervisor. I'm not trying to be the manager. I'm not trying to be those people anymore. I can be the project manager, but I'm not trying to be that person where people answer to me on the day to day. And so that's what I'm saying. When you know you've lost your love and you've lost your passion for it, that's how you know it's time to do something better. I can do more than supervise. I can do more than manage. I can do more than this. I can do change management now. I can do project management now. I can be the director now. I can be so many things. You can be so many things, but you got to tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth when you're no longer happy with the roles that you're in, when you're no longer happy going to the job that you're going to, when you've lost your love for it. It could be that, the staff around you changed. Say, hey, I used to love, we had some great people here, and now the whole staff has changed, and I don't even love coming in to work anymore. Maybe it's time to change. Maybe you need to start working from home. So consider these things when you're becoming a better you. A better you is going to find peace. A better you is going to find rest. Okay? So, my fifth question is, what is needed to become a better you? Now we've talked about how to become a better you, but what do you need to do to become a better you? Now I'm going to take you back to another scripture. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Be still. Be still. Get quiet. Calm down. We're always in a hurry. We get an idea. We're rushing to go get this done. We hear this. We're rushing to go get this done. We're always in a hurry. Something always needs to be done. But when you're trying to make a change and you're trying to be better, the first thing that you need to do is be still. Get in a quiet place and just think. Listen to your thoughts, listen to your mind, listen to the Holy Spirit, listen to what God is saying to you. Be still and know that God is going to take care of you. Okay, so be still. That's going to be, again, that's Psalms 46:10. What is needed to become a better you? Number one is to be still, get quiet. And the second one is find places to visit and practice being better. Do something different at least once a month. You don't have to start off with something grand if you're not ready. If you don't do change very well and it takes a minute for you to adapt to change, that's okay. But do something different once a month. One thing that we like to do is we like to go to a different restaurant. So twice a month, we try to find restaurants that we haven't tried yet, and we'll go out and do that. And this summer, we were trying to get out of the house more. So we decided we were going to find festivals. There's so many festivals, in Georgia that you can go to. And we decided, we were going to be looking up from festivals, and we were going to festivals. And last weekend we started going to festivals. And it's really not that we're interested in going to festivals or meeting new people. Our goal was to do something new, to better ourselves. And how are we bettering ourselves? We're getting out of the house. We're going outside. We're enjoying the outside. We're enjoying the grass and the sun and the moon. We're enjoying all these things. And life has so many wonderful things to offer outside of being inside of your house. Don't get stuck to the television and music and all of these things. Go outside. Enjoy. That's another way that you can rest your mind, that you can be still. You can be moving outside and still be still in your mind because you're not watching TV. You're enjoying the outside. So I'm going to encourage you to enjoy the outside. The third thing is find new people to network with and find people who are stronger in areas that you're weak in. When you think about a student, when there's a student that needs to be tutored, they don't find a student that's operating on the same level. They go find a student that's operating on a higher level, and they partner that student with the student that's not doing as well as they want to or need to, and they get that student to help mentor and tutor the student. It's the same way in the military. When there's a new recruit come in, they don't partner two recruits together to pull each other. What they do is they get members who've been in the military forever, and that's now who's the trainer, that's the drill sergeant. It's those people that, even though the recruit that came in, they could have come in at the same time, someone could have been a person that worked out all the time, but they don't care. They're just like, no, but this person has been trained in the area, they know how to do the military the way we want it done, and so that's who they go get to train. And that's what you need to do. Find people who are trained in your area. Stop trying to get people who starting a business. Both of you starting business together. Both of you starting ministry together. And you're saying, well, she's helping me. They can't help you. That's no. That's not how that's going to work. If you want to go to a better level, a higher level, and be a better you, you're going to have to find someone who's already been there and done that. That's who can help you. Find someone who's been there, done that, and listen to what they're saying. If you don't meet them, go get their material. Invest in yourself. Invest in the material. Get the material, get some hands-on, get some books, take some classes, take some courses. I'm always taking classes. I'm always taking courses. And that helps me when I'm helping someone else. That helps me educate people on things that I don't know. I'm always taking financial classes. When I'm advising, I've got new knowledge. If I'm talking to you about being debt free, I got new knowledge on being debt free. If I'm talking to you on investing in your life, I got new knowledge on investing, on writing books. And even now, like we were talking about how to becoming better, I got that from reading a quote. I told you I read this lady's quote, Lucy Hale, and it said, life is about becoming a better version of yourself. As soon as I saw Lucy's Hale quote, life is about becoming a better version of yourself, that helped me. It's like, you know what? I want to be a better person. I absolutely want to be a better version of myself. What else is needed to become a better you? You got to ask yourself some questions. You got to ask yourself some tough questions. And then when you ask yourself the tough question, one of the toughest questions that you can ask yourself is, am I happy? And when you ask yourself the question, am I happy? Tell yourself the truth. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. Tell yourself the truth. Well, I'm happy on Mondays, but I'm not happy on Tuesdays. When you ask yourself the question, am I happy? Tell yourself the truth. And when you tell yourself the truth, whether that answer is yes or no, then you will know the proper steps to take. But if you don't tell yourself the truth, you can't deal with where you need to go to. You can't fix what is broken if you don't tell yourself the truth. You got to tell yourself the truth. Okay, so my sixth question is, what will not help you to become better? What's not going to help you? Age doesn't help you. Age, it's like most people say, well, when I get 30, I'm going to be wiser than I am when I'm 21. Not necessarily. Getting older doesn't make you wiser. Well, we got some 70-year-olds that's not wise. We got some 60-year-olds that's not wise. We got 80-year-olds that's not wise. So age doesn't help. Getting older isn't going to make you a better person. We got old people acting crazy, do all kind of crazy stuff. They 70, 80, 90, they drunk, all in the street, falling out, taking the clothes off, do all kind of crazy stuff. So that tells you it's not age. It's not age. How you become better is a desire. It's a desire to be better. It's something you got to practice that every day. You can start slow, but then you got to move up. Like I said, you can practice doing something once a month. I'm going to go a different direction this time. I'm not going to go to the same Marshalls or the TJ Maxx or the same mall I used to shop at. I'm going to go out a little ways. This time I'm going to go to a different state. I'm going to spend the night over the weekend. I'm going to travel. I'm going to shop in a different state. Do something different. Let your mind create something different that you want to do, that you enjoy doing. That's the other thing of becoming better, is get back to what you love to do. If you see that you found yourself that all you do is work, you don't enjoy anything about your life, all you do is work, your children don't see you, your family members don't see you, all you do is work. It's time to go back and simplify some things. Go back and simplify some things. Take some things off your plate that you can get back to enjoying the simple things of life. I enjoy that I'm working from home more than I travel. I get to work in my yard. I'm not great at it, but I'm working on it. So I get to work on it and have fun. It's not perfect. I've killed a couple plants, y'all. I promise y'all I have. But but each day is getting better. And so what I'm telling you is these are things that I enjoy to do. Am I great at it? Absolutely not. But it's better than I was 2 years ago when I was killing every plant. Now only a handful of them died. I'm getting better, but I'm having fun. So all I'm trying to tell you is you can do it, and you can have fun. My last question for the day is, what can you expect during the process of becoming a better you? What can you expect? The number one thing, I think Joyce Meyer said it best, is the battle is going to be in your mind. Said the battle is in your mind. That's exactly the moment you make up your mind that you're going to do something different. You want something to change. You sick and tired of being sick and tired. The battle is going to start in your mind. All the things that the naysayers, the you can't do this, you can't move forward, this is too hard, this is too difficult. It's gonna all start playing in your mind. So the battle is gonna affect your mind. It's not gonna be necessarily the physical. You're not gonna be physically tired or emotionally tired until the battle starts in your mind. When you first get up, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I can do this. I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to do something different. That mind is going to say, oh, you can't do it that way. You've been doing it this way. Everybody does the same thing on social media. Why would you do something different? You got to, as I'm gonna give you a tool, because sometimes we need tools when things aren't working. When you're about to do something different, you're gonna need a tool. So when those negative thoughts come, I want you to put your hand up and say, stop. Not today. Stop. And call the thought out. So if the thought is fear and it says, okay, that's too scary, you can't do that, I want you to put your hands up like this and say, stop, fear. I'm not listening today. Stop, fear. I'm not listening today. And just put your hands up. You know how when people are too close and they're in your space and you're out, I've been out at the grocery store, I've been out shopping, and people in my space, you back up. You're too close. And I'm trying to give them a look, just so they just kind of back up. But when I notice they're not getting the look, then you have to put the hands up. Okay, you too close. Now you're getting way, way too close. You're in my space. And that's how we have to do with fear and doubt and confusion. We have to put the hands up and say, stop. And remember the scriptures I talked about. Go back, and I'm gonna post those scriptures down that you can go back and read those scriptures and get in a place where you're just still. Just be still for a moment. Get your thoughts together. Get your mind together. Decide what you really want to do. And then the other is, no, just because you've been going this way and it's been working, it's now dead. Recognize that it's dead, and it's time to do something else. If you've been broke and you've been doing the same thing, you're on the same job, and you're like, I do this every day, I do this every year, I've been doing this 20 years, I have no more money, I'm not any farther ahead than I was, I can't save anything, that's dead. That you're going down a dead end street, and you need to figure out, what else can I do? I got to do something else. This is dead. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this same thing. I've been working on this business for the last 10 years, and I have nothing to show for it. It's dead. How you know it's dead? There is no financial increase. It's dead. If you really working it, I mean really working, I'm not talking about playing around. Sometimes you're doing it, sometimes you're not doing it. I'm talking about if you're doing it and you're working your business and you have nothing to show and there's no financial increase, it is dead. It is time to stop. It is time to go in a different direction. It is time to be still. It is time to recognize that this seemed like the right way, but now I know this is not the right way, and I'm going to go a different direction. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm going to close this out on today, and we'll be back soon. And because we're gearing up, and I say we because I got a whole team that's working with me, and we're gearing up for something wonderful, and we're going to be inviting you. So for those who are part of Design Your Life, you will see that we changed the group from Design Your Life to Whole and Heal. And that's where we're headed to. And that's why we're talking about becoming a better you. We're going to be healed and whole. We're going to be healed and whole. That's where we're headed to. We're headed to living a healed life, and we're headed to living a whole life. And it starts with being a better you, or better me, a better us. And that's what we're going to be working on. You're going to be hearing more information. If you're not a part of the group and you would like to be a part of the group, send me something in the messenger and I'll get you an invite out so that you can get added to the group. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Be blessed, and I'll talk to you soon.